Hello, there's Bindi, and the last video I did was in pretty low quality, so I kind of wanted to get a better one. We'll wake her up with little Mistin and see if she wants a drink. She usually takes a couple minutes. She'll untangle herself and come on over once she realizes, oh, okay, it's time to drink. And she'll come over and get a drink. And let her untangle. Sometimes she hides her head if she's not thirsty, which could very well be. I don't know. But she's a pretty big ATB. There she is. Hey. It should be pretty much any day now, and she'll drop her mucus plug and then have babies. So. Come on, girl, you thirsty? Yeah, her bulge where the babies are at over this way wraps around. It's starting to drop farther in her tail area. I guess she's not very thirsty right now. Or maybe I just need to keep doing it until she wakes up. She hasn't had a drink yet this morning, and usually right around now, well, actually usually around 6 in the morning is when I do this and she drinks, but it's getting to be about 8:30, almost 9 o'clock on a weekend day, so sometimes she does, sometimes she doesn't, and looks like right now is going to be one of those times where she doesn't. Either that or maybe in 10 minutes she'll realize, oh, okay, I should wake up and get a drink. But yeah, that's one that I do this with, and then I also do it with my colubrids too. So let's go and visit a king snake. Okay, this is my eastern chain king snake's cage, and as you can see, I've always got a pool of water here for her. She is hiding very well right now. There she is, all the way up under there. So let's shoot her with some water and wake her up. She can be a little feisty too, so I gotta look for the head as she comes out. And make sure I don't get nailed. There she is, all the way in the back. For the bedding for this one here, I use, it's a mixture, just kind of like leaf litter type. I think I plantation soil underneath everything. And then I put some moss there because I do breed them. And I like them to have a little bit of some bedding here to do it. I don't like the aspen for these. It's just something about the stuff. For babies, it's cool. There she is. You want to take a drink? But the moss holds humidity pretty well, and from what I was told, this one here and the male that I have are both from Florida, from a long time ago. I got them from Jason Hood. And they do really well in this setup here. I got the female in here, and then I put the male in here with her when breeding season comes around. You coming out? You show people how you drink out of the bottle? Or are you just gonna be a stinker? I just kind of decorated the cage up, however. this time of year, I don't use the radiant heat panel at all. My air temp here is like 70, so even that's still a little bit warm for brumation. But yeah, squirt your tongue when you stick your tongue out and realize it's water. Yeah. There you go. You're taking a little bit of a drink. She's like, and there she goes. She's drinking it now. I really like the king snakes. They're super intelligent animals. And yeah, that is it's a robin's nest that I found, and I offer eggs. Like if my bearded dragon lays an infertile clutch of eggs, or things like that, I'll put them in that bird's nest, and she'll eat them right out of there. I microwaved it first too, just to make sure that there was no bugs or anything like that. Kill the bacteria, everything that was in it. But that had fallen out of a tree. There she is, she's drinking. But yeah, I really do like the king snakes. They're super, super smart animals. And really easy to keep as pets because you can feed them so much. There's so many different things. They don't have to eat strictly rodents. When I hatched out some ball pythons, and one of them wasn't doing good at all. It completely refused to eat, and then after a force feeding, it regurgitated. So that alone will kill a baby ball python if it refuses to thrive, And so I actually did feed it to this animal. She's a good 5.5 feet long. You can see a lot of her's coiled up back here, and she's pretty thick. Hopefully I'll get some babies this year. She doesn't want to show off, I guess, but see, the eastern chains are oh, a little sneeze. Get water in your nose? Huh? Really interesting animals. I'm a ball python geek, but I still love these guys. You come up to the camera and say hi. The camera makes it look like she's in shed, but she's not. How are you? Hi. Hello. Now you want to come up? Take a drink from the bottle? She's trying to figure out what's up. There you go, a little drink from the bottle. So curious. Whoa, super close up. Here, you can get some water on you. I think now she just wants out. You get back in there. You gotta stay in your home. Alright. Okay, we'll pause and maybe take a look at some ball pythons. Alright, I've got a few. Let me put you in here because you're in shed. A few animals that I hatched out this year that a little bit different. You can obviously see that that's in shed, but these two here are what I'm calling a chalk gene. The overall coloration as they get older, they're a bright animal, and they've got some nice flames, but like the coloration of them, and the only way I could really distinguish it was that it almost looks, the adult especially, and the babies are getting it more and more, but the overall color of them actually starts looking like they've gotten smudged with chalk, a dusting overall. The yellows and stuff will go away, is what I'm presuming. And really overall it's kind of just a normal animal, but the belly is what was freaking me out. And I'll show you the combo that I made with it, the reason that I actually believe this is a gene in a morph, or what will be a morph if I can prove a super. Thank God these are males, these two are, because the original animal's a female. But the belly pattern is completely clear, nice and white, bright white, kind of like a pied marker going on with it, and some tiger striping type stuff. And that's on both of these two. This one here is really phenomenal. It's exactly like the mother, where it's actually like a pied belly. The entire belly is a big giant pied marker from the head to the tail. I like that. I think that that's really cool, and I believe that that is the genetic trait from the mom. Now, the sire of this clutch has this pattern to it, and it's a het red looking animal, het red axanthic, like Corey Woods' stuff. That black back all the way from head to tail. And this one here has pretty much a normal belly, you know, totally normal, but a het red axanthic pattern, and blushing starting to come through. Now that is the isolated gene, the isolated pattern gene from the sire. That there. Paper towels always look like crap on camera. And then this one here is the gypsy pattern gene, the gypsy's strange weird yellow belly gene, and then the chalk gene. So it's like a het red axanthic type with some kind of, it's a strange yellow belly that it produces. Doesn't look like regular yellow belly stuff. And then the chalk gene on top of it completely cleaned up the belly, and the flames are insane on this animal, all the way up into the dorsal, red blushing all throughout. These animals are only I don't know, 4 months old, something like 3 months old. They're really young, and to have that kind of red blushing coming through that early is really kind of crazy to me. I don't know. Gonna pause real quick because I got a couple other ones I'll show you. Okay, now these two here are both in the yellow belly complex. One is completely straight up 100% het ivory. That's what that is. That's a regular standard 100% yellow belly, and the belly is yellow. Tail's pretty standard, and the coloration is bright. Oh, great, cool, you pooped. I go through these cages every single day, and every single day there's more poop. Now this one here is the one that came from the gypsy, and what I noticed first off is that it's got a ton of stripe dorsally, big huge neck stripe, and a lot of just like a spotted stripe all the way down. Now this one here doesn't really have much striping to it. The neck doesn't have a stripe. It's got some dorsal spotting and stuff like that, but that's part of being yellow belly. I'm going to put you in here because I'm going to have to clean your cage. The side by side, the biggest difference I notice is the overall color of it. It's not yellow like a yellow belly whatsoever, the line that comes out of the Gypsy. It's also got a lot more like speckle granite marking. The head is dark, unlike a yellow belly, but it's got a little bit of a weird mark to it there. It definitely would be, I'm figuring it out this year, but it definitely would be in the yellow belly complex. The thing that got me more about it was all the way down the tail, it's striped. It's not like this super pied marker type thing that I've seen in Het Highways. I think is one of them, the Gravels. They've got like a pied marker near the tail, which I did produce 2 other animals, and they do have that. They're not here anymore, but that striping all the way down the belly is kind of strange to me, and I think it's pretty obvious that that's something that would fit right in the yellow belly family, the complex. But the overall color of the animal is dark. So this year here, with the help of Ken Masick and Brad Boa, going to be proving this thing out. Because as you can see, my females here are not big enough to breed, and really hoping to produce something new. It might just make ivories. I hope it doesn't. I really hope it doesn't. But the overall coloration is definitely different. All right, I'm gonna pick up your. No, don't you run away. I'm gonna pick up your poop and then put you back. All right, you're gonna go in here because there's a snap top. All right, I'm gonna pause. I got a couple more that I'll show you. Make a long video here. And again, like I said before, you can see it's slight, but there's a color difference. There's definitely a color difference in the head. The line of yellow belly that comes from the Gypsy, original Gypsy male, is a lot darker. All right. Okay. Breeding season is upon us, and these 2 here locked up. It's an orange ghost, and then this is the Gypsy. He's the one that produces some kind of het red, hey buddy, with whatever that darker yellow belly thing is, and he's been bred to quite a few females this year. Gonna find out what exactly he does. So yeah, he was locked up with her for a while, yesterday and the day before, so they're gonna get separated today. But anyhow, yeah, that's him again. I think I have him listed in another video as Beatty Line Yellow Belly Complex, because it looks like it fits right in there. All right, I wanted to show you though the Chalk Gene female. This is her. Oh, and you poop too. Haha, I got the garbage can right here so everyone can see that I'm throwing it away right now. Overall, light coloration. The blacks are black. They're stark black. But the overall coloration of her is pretty light compared to any other normal that I have. Let me grab a normal real quick. Get this, yeah. I got a Het Butterscotch here. She's lighter, and like I was saying, the actual like pigment. It's almost like a poor xanthic. I don't know exactly what it is, if it's anything at all. But the reason I picked her out was because of her belly. Her belly is just insane. Like a big, giant pied marker. The whole thing. And maybe that's what she is. She's het pied and just makes pretty animals. That's a couple of specks of other stuff. But the overall belly is just crazy. I thought that was really cool. So I put a very light male to her this year. You can see what I mean. Overall she is a lot lighter than even a light normal, which het butterscotch ghosts are usually a bit lighter and oh, hissy in comparison. The other thing that I noticed happens with the chalk gene, which I don't know if it's part of it being a morph or not a morph, but what it does, and even in the babies, I'll show you one of the babies again. The pattern, normalish pattern, couple of flames here and there, just like I said, pretty normal. But the pattern itself dissipates near the tail. And now maybe that's what she is. Maybe she's het pied, because I know het pieds do that. But we'll see. We'll find out. Spill your water, you make poopies. Oh, there's more. And yeah. So this is the original chalk gene that made the one gypsy ball out of that clutch turn out. See, her head is very blushed and light. And her sons aren't big enough this year, so I won't be able to prove it as any kind of a super. But what I did do was I put this guy to her, and he is blushed head, overall light coloration and appearance. In his belly is completely, turn a little bit, completely clear and white. No pied marker, but absolutely 100% clear white belly. And he is very light. So I paired these two up this year, and she's even like paler than he is. But I put these two together to see what might happen, if anything. I don't know. Maybe just make a bunch of normals. That's fine by me too. That's kind of what you have to do to prove these things out, and then breed them back to their sons and daughters and stuff. But I don't know. We'll find out. It's all part of the game. Now to get these bigger animals back in their homes. Get in there. And I use a mixture of paper towels and aspen for these guys. I also use the Reptibark, whatever's available. Yeah, she's the original chalk though. Light overall colored animal. When she ovulated last year, she looked like a desert ghost. She was that bright. So that was something that really threw me off. I was like, what the heck is going on? I thought she was normal. And the more and more I looked at the babies and stuff, is when I was kind of thinking, hey, maybe this is something different. But what I was talking about with the pattern dissipating, let me get one of her sons out. I'm gonna pause again. Okay, and this is the guy that's in shed. But as you can see, like a normal pattern, but then near the tail, it spreads out and dissipates. There's no more spotting down the sides or anything like that. Lot more reduced. And this is the guy that's got that pied marker, the het pied mark all the way through. Here's tail and all that stuff. So, for like I said, for all I know, she might just be het pied. She might be het for something else, and that's just the markers that she's throwing. But another animal that does that is the harlequin that I picked up. And this girl, I'm going to be raising her up probably for another 2 years. She isn't eating food like crazy right now, but then again, it's not exactly the season. She's adolescent, you know, they get moody. But this one right here, come on, untangle. She is heavily blushed and fully striped. Here, I'm gonna pause and untangle her. This is why they call them ball pythons. Okay, she's untangled. Yeah, fully striped. Really, really cool look to this animal. It's what we call normal until proven otherwise, but hopefully this one here will prove out. She's got all the markers for being a harlequin, and I'm gonna actually put her to a Mojave once she's big enough, because I think that that would be an awesome combination. This is another morph that has this type of a belly. From all of them that I've seen that have proven out, they all have that, I'm just going to call it like a pied belly, completely white, striped on the sides, belly to it. She's really cool looking though. Nice little pickup. Friend had her, and he's getting out of the ball pythons a bit and breeding carpets more, so he offered this one up to me. And I use everything for hides: paper towel rolls, half of a Folgers can. I mean, it's pretty easy to keep these animals happy. But she's in screw you, I don't want to eat right now mode, so I just kind of leave her alone when it comes to feeding time. She doesn't even come out to the front of the cage when she smells rats or anything like that. But anyhow, yeah. Thanks for watching. Adios, everybody.